Imagine it's the same day, same city, same age, 22 years old. Two people wake up, same starting salary, same rent, same phone bill. But one of them is quietly playing a completely different game. By the time they both hit 35, one of them is stressed about money every single month. The other one has a paid-off car, a growing investment portfolio, and is thinking about buying their second property. Same age, same starting point, completely different outcomes. What happened? The difference wasn't luck. It wasn't even income. It was the rules they followed in their 20s. And today, we're going to walk through both lives, side by side. We're going to look at 7 levels of financial behavior. At each level, I'll show you what the new money mindset looks like and what the old money mindset looks like. The habits, the numbers, the emotions, everything. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which mindset is silently running your financial life right now, which rules are actually building wealth, and the concrete steps you can take to shift your trajectory, starting this week. Don't skip ahead, because the last level, that's where everything changes. And I don't want you to miss it. Okay, so let me be clear about what we're doing here. This video is not about hating rich people. It's not about old money is bad or new money is fake. It's about rules. Specifically, the unspoken rules that people with generational wealth live by versus the loud, flashy habits that people who look wealthy tend to follow. One builds quietly. One burns brightly and then burns out. We're going to go through 7 levels. Think of it like 2 timelines running side by side. At each level, I'll describe the mindset, the real behaviors, the numbers behind it, and the emotional reality of what that life actually feels like. Here's the roadmap. First, we start level 1, where almost everyone begins. Then we'll watch both timelines diverge, level by level, year by year. And by level 7, we'll see the full gap. What a decade of different rules actually produces. I'll also give you takeaways at the end that you can act on today, not someday. Let's get into it. Level 1, the starting line. Both timelines begin here. You're 22. Maybe you just graduated. Maybe you just landed your first real job. You're making somewhere between $2,500 and $4,000 a month. You feel like you're finally free. No more asking your parents for money. No more student survival mode. You have income. You have choices. And honestly, you're excited. This is where both people start. The new money mindset person feels arrival. They made it. Time to enjoy it. The old money mindset person feels something slightly different. Not restraint, not yet, but a quiet curiosity. What do I do with this? Here's the thing. At level 1, the difference is invisible. Both people are spending. Both are figuring things out. Both are probably renting, eating out too much, and buying things they don't strictly need. But one of them has already started asking one question. And that question will change everything. The question is this purchase building my life or just performing it? That's the seed. And level 2 is where it either grows or dies. Level 2, the first fork. New money goes visible. Old money goes quiet. 6 months in, maybe a year, the new money person gets a pay raise or just gets more comfortable and they upgrade their life immediately. New clothes, a better apartment, nights out, trips they post on Instagram. There's nothing wrong with any of that in isolation, but the pattern is the problem. Every time income goes up, lifestyle goes up to match it or exceed it. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's silent. It doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like progress. Meanwhile, the old money person does something counterintuitive. When their income goes up, their visible lifestyle barely changes. They're still in the same apartment for now. Same car, same routine. But something invisible changes. They start a savings habit. Even small, maybe 10% of income. They open an investment account. They start reading. Not to show off, just understand. At this level, the new money person has maybe $500 to $800 in savings. The old money person has the same, but also has $2,000 already in some form of investment. The numbers aren't dramatic yet, but the habits are already different. And habits, over 10 years, become destiny. The emotional reality, The new money person feels great. Confidence. Validation. The old money person sometimes feels like they're missing out. This is the hardest part of level 2. You have to be okay with looking like you're behind, when you're actually quietly moving ahead. Level 3, the debt divide. New money borrows for status. Old money borrows for assets. Now we're about 2 to 3 years in. The new money person has discovered credit. Buy now, pay later. Car loans. Maybe a personal loan for a phone or a trip. None of these feel like bad decisions in the moment. The car payment is manageable. The BNPL is just spread out. But the total picture is ugly. They're now carrying maybe $5,000 to $12,000 in consumer debt. And every month, a chunk of their income disappears before they even think about saving or investing. The old money mindset is different about debt, not allergic to it, but strategic about it. They avoid debt on things that go down in value. Cars, phones, clothes, holidays. Those are bought with cash or not at all for now. But they're open to debt on things that produce income or go up in value. A property, a business tool, education that increases earning power. Old money rule: never go into debt for things that depreciate. Only consider debt for things that appreciate or generate income. At level 3, the gap starts to feel real. The new money person is running a financial treadmill, working hard just to keep up with their own debt. The old money person is starting to build small positive assets. The emotional reality: the new money person is getting tired, but doesn't know why. The old money person is starting to feel the first small taste of something powerful. Control. Level 4, the investment gap. One timeline is building. One is maintaining. We're now 4 to 5 years in. Both people are in their mid to late 20s. Here's where the numbers get uncomfortable. The new money person, even though they've been earning for 5 years, has very little to show for it in terms of assets. Maybe $2,000 to $5,000 in savings. Possibly negative net worth when you count the debt. They're still living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher level. The old money person has been consistently putting away 15 to 25% of their income, some in a high-yield savings account, some in index funds or stocks or mutual funds. Some may be in a side business or small property investment. After 5 years of disciplined investing, even at moderate returns, that consistent investing habit has produced real money. We're talking $30,000 to $80,000 in assets, depending on income level. The exact number matters less than what it represents. It represents compound interest starting to work. Here's the mind-blowing part about compounding that most people don't feel until they see it. The first 5 years are slow, almost boring. You put in money. A little grows. It doesn't feel exciting. But the next 5 years, everything changes. Because now the interest is being earned on interest. The mountain starts to slope upward fast. The new money person has been spending the years when compounding could have started working for them. Now they're 5 years behind. And it's not just 5 years of savings they've missed. It's 5 years of compound growth on top of that savings. Old money rule: start investing before you feel ready. The cost of waiting is not the money you don't invest. It's the growth you never generate. The emotional reality: the new money person is starting to feel the first flicker of anxiety. Friends seem to be doing better, but they don't know why they feel stuck when they're earning decent money. The old money person is starting to feel quiet confidence, not arrogance, just clarity. Level 5, the relationship with money. New money spends a feel. Old money thinks to grow. This level is psychological, and it might be the most important one. The new money mindset treats money as a reward. You work hard. You deserve nice things. You spend to celebrate. You spend to cope. You spend to show others and yourself that you've made it. This isn't always conscious. It's often rooted in how we grew up. Scarcity, watching parents struggle, or wanting something different from what we had. The old money mindset, and I mean real old money, not just wealthy people, treats money as a tool. It's not emotional. It doesn't make them feel worthy. It's just a resource that either works for them or doesn't. This difference shows up in tiny daily decisions. The new money person sees a $200 pair of shoes and thinks, I've earned this. I deserve this. I can afford this. The old money person sees those shoes and thinks, is this the best use of $200 right now? What else could this do? Neither person is joyless. The old money person absolutely buys nice things, but they buy them from abundance after their financial foundation is solid, not as a substitute for that foundation. Here's the old money rule. Spend 90% of your visible income on your actual life. Invest the rest before you see it. Automate it. Make it invisible. That's the secret behind the habit. It's not willpower. It's structure. Set up an automatic transfer on payday. The money moves to your investment account before you can spend it. You never decide to invest. It just happens. The emotional reality. This is where the new money person often hits a crisis. They realize they're performing wealth without building it. The old money person by now feels something most people never feel in their 20s. Peace about money, not richness, just peace. Level 6, the asset conversation. New money owns things. Old money owns things that pay them. We're now 7 to 8 years into both timelines. Both people are 29 or 30. The new money person owns things. A car, a wardrobe, a nice apartment, probably still renting, maybe a new phone every year or two. Their net worth is largely made up of depreciating assets, things that lose value the moment you buy them. The old money person, by this point, owns a different kind of thing. They might own index funds or ETFs that pay dividends. Maybe a small property that generates rental income. Maybe equity in a side business. They're starting to own assets, things that produce income without them having to work for it. This is the shift from trading time for money to building systems that generate money. Let's put rough numbers on it. Say the old money person has been investing $500 per month for 7 years, growing at a conservative 10% annual return. That's approximately $57,000 to $65,000 in investment value. That portfolio, even at a modest 4% withdrawal rate, is generating $2,300 to $2,600 per year in passive income. That's not freedom yet, but it's a second income stream, a small one, growing. The new money person, their $500 a month has largely gone to experiences, consumption, and debt repayment. They might have $3,000 to $8,000 saved, but no consistent asset building machine. Old money rule. The goal is not to make more money. The goal is to own things that make money while you sleep. Every $100 you invest is hiring a tiny worker that operates 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, generating more money. Every $100 you spend on consumption fires that worker. The emotional reality. At level 6, the new money person often gets a rude awakening, a job loss, a health scare, a relationship breakdown, and realizes they have no buffer, no cushion, nothing between them and crisis. The old money person faces the same life events, but from a position of strength. The asset foundation is a shock absorber. Level 7, the decade gap, same age, different worlds. They're both 32. It's been a decade since they started working. Let me paint both pictures as clearly as I can. The new money person at 32, they're earning well, maybe even really well, but they're also spending everything they earn, or close to it. Their net worth is somewhere between 0 and slightly negative when you account for debt. They have moments of genuine joy, the trips, the experiences, the lifestyle. But there's an underlying anxiety that never fully goes away. They're dependent on their job. One bad month, layoff, illness, family emergency, and everything wobbles. They're starting to realize that their 20s are almost over, and they don't have a financial foundation. They're not broke, but they're not built. And starting over at 32 feels heavy. The old money person at 32, they're earning roughly the same as the new money person, but their monthly obligations are lower because they don't carry consumer debt. Their assets have grown to $150,000 to $250,000 through consistent investing. Their investment portfolio is now generating meaningful passive income. Not enough to quit work, not yet, but enough to give them options. They could take a lower-paying job they love. They could take a sabbatical. They could start a business without betting their survival on it. They have runway. Most importantly, they have something money can't directly buy: choice. the freedom to say no, to pivot, to breathe. Same age, same starting salary. 1 decade of different rules. That's the gap. And this gap, here's the hard truth, keeps growing. Because by 40, the compound effect will have widened it even further. By 50, the difference in lifestyle, stress levels, and freedom will be almost incomprehensible. The emotional reality. The old money person isn't living like a millionaire at 32. They're living like a normal person, but they're sleeping better. They're less reactive. They're making decisions from a place of security, not fear. And that changes everything. Here's what this entire video has really been about. It's not about being cheap. It's not about never having fun. It's not even about being smart. It's about understanding that the rules you follow in your 20s are building the infrastructure of your 30s, 40s, and beyond. The new money mindset isn't evil. It's just playing the short game with your life's finances. It optimizes for feeling wealthy now at the cost of actually being wealthy later. The old money mindset plays a longer, quieter game. It delays some gratification not because it hates pleasure, but because it's aiming at a bigger target. Here's the soundbite I want you to remember. Write this down if you need to. New money tries to look wealthy. Old money tries to become free. And here's the second one. The best financial decision you will ever make is the one your future self will thank you for, not the one that impresses people this weekend. These aren't abstract ideas. Every single level we walked through tonight was a real, concrete choice that real people make every single day. The question is just, which game are you playing? All right, let's make this real. Here are 5 things you can actually do, starting this week. Action 1. Run your net worth number. Sit down. Add up everything you own that has value. Savings, investments, property. Then subtract everything you owe, loans, credit cards, BNPL debt. That's your net worth. Don't guess. Know it. Do this before this weekend. Action 2. Set up an automatic investment transfer. Open an investment account if you don't have one. Set up an automatic transfer, even $50 per month. That moves on payday before you see the money. Start small. The habit matters more than the amount right now. Action 3. Audit your debt. List every debt you currently carry. Label each one. Is it on something that appreciates, goes up in value, or depreciates, goes down? Any debt on depreciating assets, consumer debt, becomes your first target to eliminate. Action 4. Do the 30-day experiment. Pick one old money behavior from this video. Just one. Maybe it's automating savings. Maybe it's stopping BNPL purchases. Maybe it's tracking every dollar for 1 month. Do it for 30 days. Consistency beats intensity every time. Action 5. Ask the one question. Every time you're about to make a purchase above a certain threshold, maybe $50, ask yourself, is this building my life or just performing it? You don't have to always say no, but asking the question changes your relationship with money permanently. So let me bring this home. If you're at level 1 or 2 right now, that's okay. That's honestly where most people are, and awareness is the first step. Start with action 2. Automate a small investment this week. If you're at level 3 or 4, your urgent focus is debt, specifically eliminating consumer debt before anything else. Attack that first. If you're at level 5 or 6, your game is about building assets. Shift your thinking from how do I earn more to how do I build things that generate income? And if you're already at level 7, share this video because the people around you are playing a different game and they deserve to know there's another option. If this video opened your eyes to the difference between looking wealthy and building actual freedom, hit like right now. It tells the algorithm this kind of content matters, and it helps more people find it. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. Real numbers, real behavior, no fluff. And next week, we're going deep on something a lot of people get wrong. Your life if you chase trends versus building a personal brand. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you there.